Once upon a time, in a small town nestled deep within the dense forest, there lived a creature known only as the Lizard Man. Legends of this fearsome entity had spread throughout the region, sending shivers down the spines of all who heard of its existence. The town's inhabitants would often huddle around their fireplaces in the evenings, swapping spine-chilling tales about encounters with the Lizard Man. According to local folklore, the creature possessed an unnerving blend of reptilian features and human-like intelligence, making it all the more terrifying. One fateful night, a group of daring teenagers decided to venture into the forest, fueled by their curiosity and a thirst for adventure. Armed with flashlights and trembling with excitement, they ventured into the dark woods, unaware of the horrors that awaited them. As they delved deeper into the forest's gloomy embrace, the temperature dropped, and an eerie silence settled around them suddenly. The sound of rustling leaves caught their attention, causing their hearts to race. They shone their flashlights toward the source of the noise, revealing a sinister figure lurking in the shadows, the dreaded Lizard Man. Its venomous eyes glowed menacingly, sending a chill down the spines of the teenagers. With lightning speed, the creature lunged forward, its scaly limbs moving with a disturbing agility. Fear consumed the group, and they scattered in different directions, desperately trying to escape. One by one, the Lizard Man picked them off, its long, sharp claws leaving deep gashes on their bodies. The forest was filled with screams of agony and terror. The creature moved silently between the trees, its eerie reptilian hisses punctuating the night. As the night wore on, the remaining survivors, their clothes stained with blood, found themselves cornered near a murky swamp the Lizard Man closed in, its slithering tail cutting off any possible escape route. Their trembling bodies embraced one another, their hope fading like the moonlight. Soon the lizard killed everyone. As the years passed, a new generation of teenagers in the small town grew restless, seeking the thrill of adrenaline-fueled adventures. Despite the cautionary tales of the Lizard Man that still echoed through their community, a group of eager adolescents decided to test their courage by venturing into the dreaded forest to search for the legendary creature. Armed with cameras, curiosity, and a strong desire for excitement, the group set off into the dense woodland, oblivious to the dangers that awaited them. Ignoring the warnings of the town's elders, they convinced themselves that the stories of the Lizard Man were mere exaggerations, intended to scare them away. As they delved deeper into the eerie forest, a sense of trepidation began to gnaw at their insides. The once vibrant sunlight seemed to fade, replaced by an oppressive darkness that clung to the trees like a shroud. Whispers carried on the wind, evoking the unsettling tales of the Lizard Man's previous victims. Their footsteps grew hesitant, and their laughter turned nervous as they stumbled upon abandoned campfires and broken branches, signs of previous encounters with the dreaded creature. But driven by excitement and their youthful naivety, they pressed on, stubbornly refusing to turn back. It was not long before their enthusiasm was shattered. From the depths of the undergrowth, the Lizard Men emerged, striking with swift and deadly precision. Panic erupted within the group as they witnessed their friends being torn apart, the creature's claws and teeth ripping through flesh with horrifying ease. Terror gripped their hearts, paralyzing them as the relentless Lizard Men closed in, its eerie hisses echoing through the air. One by one, the remaining teenagers succumbed to its merciless onslaught until silence settled upon the forest. Once more, broken only by the triumphant growls of the fearsome creature. Days turned into weeks, and the townspeople grew anxious as the missing teenagers failed to return. Search parties were formed, combing the forest in a desperate attempt to find any trace of their vanished children. But the woods remained silent, guarding its secrets and hiding the grim fate of the ill-fated adventurers. The town was engulfed in a new wave of sorrow and despair, haunted by yet another devastating loss. The legend of the lizard man grew stronger, a chilling reminder of the consequences that awaited those who dared to challenge the boundaries of fear. Never again would the forest witness such foolhardy attempts to seek out the lizard man, for the fear it instilled in the hearts of the townspeople endured and served as a grim warning to all who dared to venture beyond the safety of their homes. The memory of the fallen teenagers cast a somber shadow over the small town, forever reminding them of the dangers that lurked within the darkness of the ancient forest. In the aftermath of the gruesome attack by the lizard man, a heavy cloud of sorrow settled over the small town. The parents and loved ones of the slain teenagers were consumed by grief, their lives forever changed by the terrifying events that unfolded in the forest. The tragedy served as a chilling reminder of the danger that lurked just beyond their cozy homes, instilling a sense of unease within the townspeople. Nightfall became a time of deep trepidation, with families locking their doors tightly, afraid that the lizard man might seek new victims despite their fear. Some of the residents were determined to put an end to the terror. A group of brave individuals banded together, armed with weapons and a collective resolve to hunt down the creature responsible for the heinous acts. Their pursuit took them deep into the heart of the forest, where their senses were on high alert. Every snap of a twig or distant hiss sent their hearts racing, but they pressed on, determined to bring justice to the memory of the fallen teenagers. Days turned into nights, and the search grew increasingly desperate. The forest became a labyrinth of shadows, an ever-shifting maze that seemed to taunt the hunters at every turn. They could almost feel the malice emanating from the dark recesses, a potent reminder of the lizard man's presence. Just as they were about to lose hope, they stumbled upon a hidden lair deep within a cave. A putrid stench filled the air, causing their stomachs to churn in disgust. The remnants of the lizard man's victims were scattered haphazardly, a gruesome testament to the creature's merciless nature, determined not to meet the same fate. The hunters prepared to face their adversary. The air was tense as they cautiously made their way further into the cave. The echoes of their footsteps grew louder, mingling with the sounds of their racing heartbeats. And then they found him. The lizard man, perched atop a pile of bones, glared at them with its piercing eyes. Its scaly flesh glistened under the faint light, its reptilian mouth curling into a sinister grin. The hunters tightened their grips on their weapons, resolve fueling their every movement. A battle of epic proportions ensued as the hunters engaged the lizard man in a fierce struggle. Claws and blades clashed, accompanied by echoes of screams and roars. The cavern walls trembled as the confrontation reached its climax. One by one, the hunters fell, sacrificing their lives in their quest for justice. Their bodies lay strewn across the cave, a somber tribute to their bravery. But they had managed to wound the lizard man, weakening it, and forcing it to retreat deeper into the darkness. With heavy hearts, those who remained made their way back to the town, their spirits broken but their determination intact. The memory of their fallen comrades fueled their commitment to protect the town from any future threats. Although the lizard man had not been fully vanquished, the presence of these valiant defenders served as a deterrent. The small town rebuilt itself, slowly healing the scars left behind by the tragedy. The legend of the lizard man would forever haunt their memories, a reminder of the darkness that once touched their lives, but the residents remained vigilant, forever aware that the lurking shadows could hold unimaginable horrors. And so they lived on, their hearts heavy with loss, but their spirit forged in the fires of adversity.